and welcome to UC Today. I'm Senior Editor Tom Wright, and I'm delighted to be joined by Taimoor from Microsoft and Greg from Ribbon. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Good.
Thanks. Great to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us for such a big announcement as well. This is Operator Connect Accelerator, launched just this week. More big news coming out of Operator Connect. Taimoor, to start with, could you perhaps give us an overview of the program, where it fits, and who it's really going to help? Just tell us everything about it.
Sure, Tom. So just, recounting back to when we launched Operator Connect a few months ago, we really saw a really great demand, both from our customers and our partner ecosystem on the simplicity that Operator Connect brings to teams and teams calling. And so with that, we've seen a bunch of operators go through the process and be sort of Operator Connect ready and be able to provide that service to our teams customers. But we also saw that a lot of operators were sort of struggling to figure out how to satisfy all the requirements and be able to do some of the work that's needed at the back end to be able to support Operator Connect and that customer journey that we wish to enable. And so we thought about how do we sort of bring or make it easier for these particular telco operators to be a part of our Operator Connect ecosystem, right? We have a lot of customers that are asking for more and more operators to be onboarded. We have a lot of operators that want to be onboarded as soon as possible as well. So we thought we should probably invest in a program that allows these operators, some who want to do the work themselves, to be able to build the API bridging and the capability to do the automation, to integrate it with their OSS, BSS platforms, but some who really don't have the skills or their resources are allocated otherwise. And so that's kind of where Operator Connect Accelerator was born. We really wanted to sort of bring sort of that operator ecosystem in and allow them to have a seamless turnkey way to be able to do that. So operators are still free to kind of do this on their own, but if they wanted to leverage a more turnkey solution, they can leverage one of our Operator Connect Accelerator partners that have been working very closely with us, like Ribbon, to be able to bring sort of this to life. So we've been working with Ribbon very closely to make sure that they understand what are the Operator Connect requirements, what are some of the things that an operator needs to do to be able to satisfy those requirements as well, and be able to automate that for an operator partner as well. So that's kind of where we think it fits.
And Greg, that simplicity, I'm sure, is huge for a lot of carriers who are maybe a bit unsure about how they'd be able to do this. And with Ribbon as a launch partner, can you talk through what they're kind of getting as part of the program? What kind of services are you able to offer to help them do some things that might have been tricky otherwise?
Yeah, Tom, I think Taimoor kind of touched on a lot of the value proposition. It's really around making it easier for carriers to enable Operator Connect, accelerate, like the program name, accelerate their time to market. And then I think the last piece, and is a very important piece, is we're very focused on improving the digital journey for customers. So in other words, when a customer goes into the the team's admin center, which is where they would select their operator from, we want to make it so that if an individual clicks on one of our operators that works with us, not only will they get information about how to connect, but they'll get a whole digital workflow. So they'll get inquiries about the information we need in order to get them set up, and they'll move through that process without necessarily having to hit a traditional contact center or make a sales inquiry. So we think it's a substantial improvement in the whole customer experience, and we think as a result this gives operators who join us competitive advantage over their peers. And of course, as Taimoor mentioned, we'll continue to support, and we do support, a number of the service providers who are doing their own integration, but this gives a nice alternative to a large number of operators who are looking for a way to do this sooner. And we think this will broaden the overall market place for customers.
And obviously, a big part of this is helping operators get started with Operator Connect. But this is an ongoing program, isn't it? So could you talk through the services you'll provide once they're already up and running?
It is an ongoing program because one of the benefits of working with Microsoft is they don't sit still. So we expect that Taimoor and his team will continue to innovate and add richness to the solution. We can see where there's a number of opportunities to continue to expand the program around things like survivable branch appliances and other solutions going forward. And we plan to work, as we have for the last year or 18 months, directly with Microsoft on those enhancements. So, as they make changes, we'll make changes, we'll keep up, which is one of the big challenges that service providers often face. They're fantastic at running their internal network, but like every other company, they often have limited internal IT resources. So this gives them the ability to focus on what they do well and gives us the ability to support them not only today at launch date, but as we move forward over the next N number of years.
And Taimoor, we've touched on this a little bit already, but I wonder if you could talk through what kind of operators will really benefit from this program and how they can kind of work out the choice between going through building some of this themselves, like many have already, or taking advantage of the partners on the Accelerator program.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. So I think this is really relevant for any and all operators that want to be part of the Teams calling ecosystem and be part of Operator Connect. What's kind of interesting is even for the operators that are part of Operator Connect today, they have some varying degrees of automation that they've built in their backend, right? So I think that even for telcos that have been onboarded and have been servicing, tens of thousands of Operator Connect customers, they can still take value from it as well, right? As they expand into multiple geographies, as they sort of look at more automation services, there's a lot of possibility there, even for large telcos that are incumbent in Operator Connect, but also specifically for new ones who are sort of starting to come on board and starting to think about Operator Connect. This is a no-brainer, right? Whether you have a non-team certified SBC service and you really just wanted to sort of be part of Operator Connect, this really helps because you can get the SBC as a managed service, you can get all of the backend capabilities that need to be automated, et cetera, and just on day one be able to be a Teams calling partner. Usually it would take weeks or months to be able to set up like all the infrastructure that's needed and all the process that's needed to be able to do that. So really anybody from an existing Operator Connect partner, large or small, all the way to operators that have really never been part of the Microsoft ecosystem for voice are also sort of going to be able to leverage this as well. So I don't think it's targeted at a specific set of operators. I think everybody can leverage it.
Yeah, and it's obviously another great development in terms of making voice in Teams more accessible. I just wonder how you see direct routing and Operator Connect kind of coexisting in the market.
Yeah, it's a great question, one that I get quite often, actually. So I think that, direct routing provides a level of flexibility and, it's really powerful in some certain scenarios in ways that is never going to go away, right? So if you think about, direct routing, it allows both operators and our customers to do some things that are very interesting, like provide local media bypass, regulated countries, for example, or places where Operator Connect is not available. It also allows customers to be able to look at complex scenarios, for example, integrating like a third-party IP platform or a contact center, and so much more, right? So direct routing is never really going to go away. What's important to realize is that direct routing and Operator Connect really coexist well together, right? It's not optionality where you have to choose one or the other. You can kind of choose to have both, right? And you can say, okay, most of my users can be an Operator Connect. They can be serviced through this really great platform that Microsoft has built with quality and security. But then I've got these, use cases where I might need a PBX integration, or I might have a site that has regulatory compliance requirements like India or China, and so on, where I might still need to have direct routing capabilities. Or I might have a location that is not very well connected, so I need to have a secure branch appliance to be able to provide resiliency and so on. So both of those things can really coexist. We think that for most organizations, Operator Connect can surface all of their needs for the most part. But for these complex scenarios, for these corner cases, we certainly think direct routing will still play a big part as well. And the great part of the way that we've architected all of this is that the customers don't have to choose. it's based on their requirements. Their operator can actually help them make that decision to say, hey, we should put 80 to 90% of your users in Operator Connect, and then maybe we can tackle sort of this 10%, 20% user base, right? Depends on every organization what that percentage is going to break down to.
Okay, I've just got one final question for you. Taimoor, would you be able to talk about what we can expect to see from Microsoft with Operator Connect over the coming months, and some of the recent announcements as well? Talk us through how they're going, and then perhaps, Greg, after that, you can talk through what we can expect to see from Ribbon and Ribbon Connect around Teams.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that, we're very excited about Operator Connect. The thing to remember that Operator Connect is really a platform for us to be able to connect the telco cloud with a Microsoft Teams cloud, right? And so that allows us to be able to sort of make this handshake, which is based on a bunch of fundamental principles like connectivity and security and geo redundancy, et cetera. But we also want to make people realize is that on this platform, then we'll be able to offer a lot of different services. The first service that we announced last year was calling, so Operator Connect Calling, which is your basic PSTN integration, DIDs, phone numbers, etc. We also then announced Operator Connect Conferencing, which fundamentally sits on the same platform, but then allows operators to be able to bring their conferencing numbers into Teams. And then recently, about a month ago, we also announced Operator Connect Mobile, which is, again, another mobile integration between the Operator Cloud and the Teams Cloud, again, based on the Operator Connect platform. So if you think about what we're doing in our strategy here, right, is we want to be able to create this handshake between telcos and our Teams backend, and then we want to be able to bring core native mobile services like PSTN, like mobile, into Teams, and be able to do that in a much, much more quality fashion, right? And so that's really our goal. We do have some aspirations on bringing additional services to the Operator Connect platform. So please keep an eye out on that, during the course of the next few months. But we're super excited about the opportunities here.
Well, Tom, I think from a Ribbon perspective, we're excited for where Microsoft is going as well. I think sometimes what might get lost in this conversation is the fact that really what Microsoft has done here is changed the way customers can buy PSTN services by integrating that into an application. So that's they're the first really in the industry to do something like that. And I think as we move forward, we look for ways to help them enrich that experience, both in terms of ease of use for the customer. So as customers integrate more elements of their traditional environment into this offer, as well as in the buy cycle and making it easier for customers to make the whole solution available online. So we think there's a lot of opportunity to move forward with what they've done. And we also think that, Taimoor touched on this whole cloud-to-cloud environment. We're very focused sort of in the, I'll call the infrastructure level, at enabling all of our solutions to be cloud native, so that as our service provider customers migrate forward, it's easier and easier for them to connect into the public cloud in ways that are lower cost and more efficient for them.
Okay, well, it's been great to have you both on, and I appreciate your time so soon after such a big announcement. And I hope we can speak, over the coming months as this develops.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us, Tom. We're very excited.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, thank you both for coming on, and thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and a share on social media, and we'll see you next time.